Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. Today we're going to do another batch in the freeze dryer. This one will be kind of a mixed batch. So first thing we're going to want to do is hit start and give it its 15-minute cool down cycle. Okay, it says it's time to load this in the freezer. So we've got some celery, and I've got some dehydrated cherry tomatoes. I didn't like the amount of moisture that's left in them, so I'm going to freeze dry them with this other. So let's get this stuff loaded up. Alright, now we'll just simply hit the button here and let it start the process. Now that these were the cherry tomatoes that I had taken and dehydrated, and they were leathery and they had a lot more moisture in them still, and so I figured my best bet was to go ahead and freeze dry these. That way I didn't have quite as chewy of texture. I had more of a crispy texture. They could still be rehydrated and used later on, but they'd make a great snack this way, and the flavor is really good on them. This batch of celery, 2 bunches of celery, and a lot of cherry tomatoes that were partially dehydrated. It took 14.5 hours. Once the celery's freeze dried, of course I'll need to date it. It's not hard to tell what it is, but it's easy to fit a bunch of celery, a whole bunch, in a pint jar, and we just stick a oxygen absorber in there. I use a 200 cc, and these will keep for quite a while. But you know, when you're buying celery and you're trying to use some for seasoning, say in soups or different things, dressing, different things like that, you don't need a whole bunch of celery to season it. So ideally, with the freeze dryer, you end up with a lot less waste. It doesn't end up spoiling. You don't have to figure on making something, say stuffed celery sticks or something like that, that you particularly don't need. So this is ideally a good way to store your celery, you know, as a seasoning. I hope you like this video. If you want to see more, well, hit that subscribe, hit the bell button, and happy gardening.